Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayan, and to Nar Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, and to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasa, the author. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. By regular attendance in the classes on Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto the personality of Godhead is praised with transcendental songs is established as an irrevocable fact. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. I'm in the darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Om Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yat Kripatam Maham Bande Shri Guru Dinataranam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, the deliverer of the fallen souls. His mercy turns the dumb into eloquent speakers and enables the lame to cross mountains. Okay, so thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak on Bhagavatam. And please feel free to correct me whenever needed. And I'll try to speak from the things I have heard from Vaishnavas and classes or the books. So if you think I will give something good, please focus that it is coming from this book. And if you think that I'm going other way or taking a tangent from the topic which we are discussing, you can bring me back to the path. So before starting, anyone would like to give context what is happening till now or what has happened till now? So we are reading the devotion last time.
Um, till now, what has happened is the worship of Indra has been stopped by Krishna. And now he's angry because Brajvasis, they heard Krishna. And then because of Krishna's Leela potency, Indra had this pride by which he started sending the clouds which contribute at the time of annihilation and destructing Vrindavan.
What was the name of the clouds? Continue.
And then he started disturbing uh, Vrindavan. The people of Vrindavan, they get distressed and they call it, like they think of Krishna at that time, like they're calling out Krishna. And that's where we start.
Yeah. And Damayanti Prabhu yesterday wonderfully described like the environment or the weather, how it was flood, thunderstorm, winds, a lot of rain, and he gave a nice touch with music. So, we can feel, not exactly, but we can try to imagine what it would be like. We might have observed, like, here also there are snowstorms in India. Uh, it used to be, dark at all the places when it was going to rain heavily. And we can, join all those things and then it can come in this pastime. So now what is happening is Sri Krishna is saying to himself. So we will be reading those verses. We will be reading from verse 15 to 18, and then we'll be focusing on 17.
Sri Krishna said to himself, because we have stopped this sacrifice and the has caused this unusually fierce, unreasonable rain, unseasonable rain, together with terrible winds and hail.
Um, by my mystic power, I will completely counteract this disturbance caused by Indra. Demigods like Indra are proud of their opulence, and out of foolishness they falsely consider themselves the lord of the universe. I will now destroy such ignorance.
17. Since the demigods have enrolled in the fold of goodness, false pride of considering himself the Lord should remain under the name. We will break the false mysteries of those parent of goodness and confess to bring them belief.
I look to the purpose of the common community by my transcendental potency, for I am their shelter, I am their master, and indeed they are my own family. After all, I have taken a vow to protect my devotees.
Chai. And we'll be focusing on verse 17. Okay. न हि सद्भावयुक्तानां शुराणामेष विस्मय मतो सतं मानभङ्ग प्रश्मायोपकल्पते.
Nahi sadbhava yuktanam.
न हि सद्भावयुक्तानां सुराणामीश विस्मय मत्तो सतां मानभङ्ग प्रशमायोपकल्पते. न हि सद्भावयुक्तानां सुराणामीश विस्मय मतो सतां मानभङ्ग प्रश्मायोपकल्पते. Nahi sadbhava yuktanam suranamisha vishmaya matto satam manabhanga prashamayo pakalpate. Nahi sadbhava yuktanam Suranamisha Vishmaya Satam Manabhanga Prashamayo Pakalpate. Word to word. Every, everyone together. Na, not. Certainly. Sadbhav, with the mode of goodness. Yuktanam, who are endeavored. Suranam, of the demigods. Isha, as controlling Lord. Vishmaya, false identification. Matta, by me. Asatam, of the impure. Man, of the false prestige. Bhanga, the eradication. Prashmaya, for leaving them. Upalate, is in the end. Translation altogether. Demigods are endowed with the modes of goodness. The false pride of considering oneself the Lord should certainly not affect them. When I break the false prestige of those bereft of goodness, my purpose is to bring them relief. Purport by the disciples of Prabhupada. First paragraph.
The demigods are supposed to be Sadbhava-yukta, endowed with spiritual existence, since they are deputed servants of the Supreme. In Bhagavad Gita 4.24, it is stated,
Brahma Parnam Paramahevar Brahmanuga Brahmanalmadum Brahmeva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina.
that which is duly offered to the Lord becomes spiritualized. The demigods engage in the devotional service of the Lord by managing various departments of cosmic administration. Therefore, as demigods or as servants of the Lord, their existence is pure, sadbhav. When the demigods fail to live up to the high position given them by the Lord and deviate from proper behavior, they are not acting as demigods, but rather as conditioned souls.
Mana or false prestige is certainly an anxiety ridden burden for the conditioned soul. A falsely proud person is not truly peaceful or satisfied because his understanding of himself is false and inflated. When a servant of the Lord becomes asat or irreligious, the Lord saves him from impiety by breaking the false prestige that has led him to be offensive or sinful. As stated by the Lord Himself, Yashyam Anugranami Harishyatat Dhanam Sarana. I give my blessings to a person by taking away his so called opulence.
Of course, the advanced stage of devotional service to the Lord, as described by Rupa Goswami, is Yukta Navagya, utilizing the opulence of this world to execute the Lord's mission. Obviously, the things of this world can be used wonderfully to spread the glories of God and to create a godly society, and a more advanced devotee will not be seduced by material paraphernalia, but will dutifully and honestly engage it solely for the pleasure of the Lord. In this particular case, Lord Indra forgot that he was the humble servant of God, and Lord Krishna therefore arranged to bring this bewildered demigod to his senses.
Chai. Okay. Uh, in the first paragraph, it is mentioned, that when demigods fail to live up to the higher position given to them by Lord and they deviate from the proper behavior, then they fall down, like they act as a conditioned soul only. And so this also verifies the fact, that this is a position, not what is that word? Yeah, not the person, but this is a position. So this goes vice versa also. That if someone achieve that yoga or reaches that level, then he can reach to the level of demigod. But definitely, devotees are not hankering or looking for that. They want Krishna's service. Now, in the second paragraph, there is the first word, man. Similar, have heard, not felt, no, yes, sometimes. No, it is mentioned that false prestige is it is like anxiety ridden burden. Like if we are having false prestige, we carry it like a burden on our shoulders. Uh, and because of that we cannot truly do our service peacefully or nicely. Let's say humor. Someone said that you have a good sense of humor or you are humorous. And then what that person might do, he'll try to add humors in the things wherever he can. Because he got praisal for that or he got appreciation for that. If that he is looking for man, then he'll try to do that. Even though if he is not that good, but if he did it once, then he'll try to do that multiple number of times. Similar goes with all other activities, like let's say singing. If I sang very nicely one day, then if I got glorification, and then next day I would be like, I sang nicely, maybe I should sing more and I should try this and that. So this thing might happen with us, right? Now to continue that, it's difficult. Then we forget the focus that we are doing it to serve Krishna or in the service mood. That service mood is lost, and where it comes to present ourselves nicely, that I should do this thing good, or we start to look for praisals. Now, here it is mentioned that demigods are deputed by Sri Krishna to handle different administrative duties of the world. And when they see improper behavior, they fall down. And what Krishna have to do? He have to do pastimes, leelas, to make them understand that what their position is, what their goal is, what their original duty is. And it is not that to punish them or something like that, but it is to give relief. As we discussed, if we are in false pride, we try to appear like something, but it is not that much comfortable for us. So basically, Krishna breaks our pride to give us relief that, now you can do things freely. If you are humorous, you got, Prabhu, that was not so good. From next time, you will be, okay, I have to be mindful where I can speak what things. And what does that bring? It will bring us back to our service mode. We can do our service nicely in which mode we are supposed to do it. Now, let's go around and maybe you guys can share if you guys know examples from Bhagavatam where Krishna breaks the false pride of devotees or individuals. Krishna or any situation breaks the false pride. Rohan Prabhu won't be able to answer. He had read my notes, so I won't consider that. If you speak something out of this, then you can. Okay. Anyone? Examples of Krishna breaking false pride from Bhagavatam.
Brahma.
Brahma? Can you elaborate?
He broke the pride of Brahma when he was testing Brahma when he was not thinking that Krishna is the supreme personality of God, and he thought of testing Krishna out of um, again the Leela potency of Krishna. He got bewildered, so he
Yeah.
thought of testing it, but Krishna broke his pride.
Yeah. He he took away the cowherd friends of Krishna for a long time, and when he came, he was like, right? One more Brahma ji again. Anyone? Yeah.
Actually, I remember Indra, not this one.
Okay.
When, Krishna goes to, his heaven in the
Yeah.
place to bring the Parishat tree for Satyabhama. And then Indra, attacks Krishna. And then definitely Krishna defeats him.
Yes. Also, you know that similar thing happened that Krishna went there. So first, Indra sent so demigods came after some victory, and Indra sent Agni first. Then Agnidev said that, who are you and what do you know who I am? I am Agnidev. I can burn whole of the world. I can burn forests. And what Sri Krishna did, he saw the straw of grass, a blade of grass, and he asked, can you burn this? Then Agnidev tried, but he wasn't able to burn a straw of grass. Then he went, and then Agnidev said, no, I'm unable to ask the name or identity of that, but someone else can. Vayudev comes. He says, I can blow wind at this speed, I can rush out the mountains, I can remove mountains and trees from their roots. So again, the same thing. Can you move this blade of grass? But they were unable to. And at that time, they realized that he is Krishna and we are nothing. We are getting all the power from Krishna himself. Yes.
Yeah. I think this is Vamandev when Krishna came as Vamandev.
Hmm.
Vamandev came like a small Brahmana, like, okay, can you help me got this? Can you help me move it? And then Indra tried with his thunderbolt. He attacked with thunderbolt.
Yeah.
He was still not able to do it.
Yes.
Um, he broke the night of Durasana
Mm-hmm.
when he was being heavy with the Amrish Maharaj without any reason. So then Krishna sent his Sudarshan.
Yeah. And then he had to run back to Ambrish Maharaj.
So there's a pastime later in this canto when Arjuna's pride. You know the story when in Dwarka there was a Brahmana who had children, and every year one of his child, as soon as he was born, he died, and Arjuna took a vow that I will save this
Okay.
Brahmana child, but he was not able to. So
Yeah.
indirectly Krishna died.
Yes.
When Krishna was dancing with gopis,
Yes.
and then gopis were feeling proud that, oh, Krishna is dancing with me only. Like
Yeah.
Krishna is
Yeah. He goes with Radharani and then again disappear from there. Yes.
Brahma,
Hmm.
when Brahma came to meet Krishna in Dwarka,
Yes.
and then he was like, oh, I'm Brahma, not
Yeah.
Krishna, I'm here to meet you. And then the Krishna asked, like, which Brahma?
Yeah.
And then
And Brahmaji replied that Brahma with four heads, the son, the father of four Kumaras,
yes.
and the creator of universe. And then what Sri Krishna did, he called or invited other Brahmas from other universes, from the theory of multiverse. And then the Brahma, the creator of this universe, entered and he saw Brahma with two heads, three heads, four heads, 6, 16, 32 with 1,000 heads. And then he was totally bewildered and then he came to know the real position that he is not alone. There are a lot of Brahmas as well. Then he humbled. Yes.
He broke the pride of Hiranyakashipu.
How?
So Hiranyaksha, he broke it as when he did like the avatar from Radha. And the Hiranyakashipu, he broke it when he did the avatar of Nrsimhadev. Because after doing some tapasya, they had thought that
They will be invincible.
yeah, they were invincible.
Yeah, true.
And then one point to that.
Sure.
And another part of aspect of pride also was when Prahlad said that this is Lord best. He said, and he asked, God is, he said, Krishna is everywhere. He's also in this pillar. And he went to take the pillar. So again, he broke that.
He broke the pride of Keshav Kashmir.
Din, din, din. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Bali Maharaj again once. Bali Maharaj thought he was the king of world at that time, right? And the kid, the dwarf incarnation, he just asked for 3 steps of land. Bali Maharaj said, "You are just a kid and you are just asking 3 steps of land from the king of world." And then he lost everything to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One more from Canto 5, last one maybe. Mm. The king Raguna.
Oh yes, yes.
Who was it?
Raghukarna and Raghukarna.
Yes, yes.
So
Jai Bharat was walking. You can continue. Yeah, so Jai Bharat was, not walking straight. He was walking here and there. So palanquin, he was carrying palanquin basically. And the palanquin, there was a king. And he wasn't walking straight. So he chastised, scolded that you are such strong and fit person and can't you walk straight? And he was saying a few things. Then when Jad Bharat realized, he shared or he enlightened him with the knowledge, and then he came to know that he is not a simple person. He's a divine source or good devotee of the Lord. And Jad Bharat acted like fool and like a mad person whole his life. And he only shared knowledge with this king. So it was out of mercy, maybe, of Lord. Okay, but if you see in all of this pastime, what was the end result? What came as an output? It was that all of them went closer to Krishna or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Basically, they lost something, they had a stop at somewhere, but what did it result in? To going closer to Krishna. So Krishna will break pride whenever necessary, and he'll pull you closer to himself. And also about the demons, Bali Maharaj is mentioning in 18, 19, 28 that, oh Lord, you might appear to favoring demigods. You might be helping them. What people think is you might be helping them only. But I know that you are dear friend of demons, and that's the reason you deprive us of the things and we can come closer to Krishna and you break us pride. So that is very beautiful that in general also we also consider that Krishna only helps demigods. But Bali Maharaj clearly stated, and he is one of the Mahajans, right? His words cannot be lame or false. So indirectly, Krishna helps both devotees, non devotees to some extent, and demons as well, but in different ways. Now, what does Krishna say in 10:88:8? That if I specially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. Now we'll again look for a few examples. The Krishna is saying that I take away the wealth of the person whom I like or whom I favor. Now this is kind of confusing, scary, or what? So there are a lot of instances where Krishna took away the wealth of people, devotees, or individuals who become devotees, right? So examples. Okay. Prabhupada. We can see that what all Prabhupada had to face in order to come closer to Krishna, in his material life, he had different things. He lose one after another, all of them. And then he came to US with $40, 40 rupees, right? Yeah. Now, what do you think? Why do Krishna put devotees or individuals in difficult times or difficult situation or hardships? Yes.
To increase that glory.
Yes, to increase the glory of the devotees. Anything else?
That example.
To set example. To set example to increase the glories. To teach the devotees how to tolerate things, how to be more surrendered, and how to have more faith in Krishna, right? All of these things increases our faith also. So more examples are Dhruv Maharaj. He had faith. Why? Because he was going to hard times, right? Then uh, Prahlad Maharaj. All of them were going to hard time, and it increased their faith. They grew stronger in their sadhana and bhakti, right? Now, how many of us were like kept in this type of situation? Difficult times, facing something hard, not going things like things are not going according to our plan. Okay, most of us. But I think Rajbala Prabhu is quite comfortable and he didn't go to hardships. Just kidding. Uh, but we see that it also brought us close to Krishna. When we were going to some hard times, the quality of japa we had, ahaha. We were like, this good japa, but that also brings us close to Krishna, and that good quality japa continues at least some for some good amount of time, right? But after that, when we are again comfortable, or we might face some difficulties in chanting good quality of japa. Those difficulties are not there, then here there are some difficulties. So difficult times definitely helps us to get close to Krishna. Now we have seen that Krishna takes things, but Krishna also says that I provide and maintain what you have, right? I provide what you like and maintain what you have. So who are the examples? Okay, Pandavas, Prabhupada. Yeah. So we stopped at coming to US with $40 or rupees. And then what happened? Prabhupada was surrendered and serving Krishna, and whole story got flipped. A lot of temples, a lot of devotees. Prabhupada had 108 home, you can say, multiple number of cars in each of that homes and whatnot. Yes.
The thing is that most of the times we have seen the videos of Prabhupada in which he had everything. You know, like when he was in US, he had temples or vyasasas and stuff like that. So we see like, oh, he's like, we think like
This is normal.
he's gone through difficulties, but how bad it could be. When you hear that
Yeah.
his whole like he was a businessman and he had everything. Then he lost everything and he took sannyas when he went to Radha temple. He was wearing like torn
Sure.
clothes. Like he literally had to write letters to get a pair of clothing.
Yes.
Or like he wouldn't eat in the day to save some money. When somebody would ask him like, "Did you eat, Swamiji?" He didn't want to lie, but if he said yes, then that would also not according to it. So he
Yeah.
just put his head down so the other person would understand that yeah he didn't eat. So all that time people haven't seen in videos or
Yes.
they don't know how much he's went through.
Yeah.
But
And
it's true.
yes, and it's not like Prabhupada was also just a middle class, you know. He had good wealth before that as well, before losing that as well. And then he went through this phase and then Krishna helped him. Uh, but yes, yes, Prabhu.
Kuchel. Kuchel.
Kuchela बोलता है.
Is Krishna's friend. And like Kucha. Krishna's friend, he got so much wealth. Sudama.
Sudama. Yes.
Oh, it's actually like in my own language we call he's very famous as a Kuchela.
Yeah. Sudama. He went to Krishna's place and he didn't ask for anything, and Krishna gave him everything. Right? Yes, Prabhu, you want to.
So just on Srila Prabhupada, you know Shubhas Prabhu, he often
Yes.
comes to the temple and once he was out of nowhere, he just called me and he said, no matter how many difficulties come into your life, never leave ISKCON.
Yes.
Even if people go, everyone go against you, don't leave ISKCON. And he's start giving example of Prabhupada. And he said like Prabhupada once called him and told him that Prabhupada telling him that it was very difficult. In Hindi, he was saying it was very difficult. He has to walk. If anyone has been to Vrindavan, you know how far is Rav Damodar from nearest. Uh, we have to take a ride to Mathura. So it's kind of quite a long walk, 3-4 kilometers. And Prabhupada at that time, for just like to print 1 or 2 pages of his magazine or book, he used to walk. And he was telling Subhas Prabhu that it was very difficult. It was very difficult. I don't know how I would have died. So and I saw tears in eyes of Subhas Prabhu, and I was not able to understand that time, but I could sense that it was actually. I mean, we can just say that oh, Prabhupada did Krishna was helping him, but when we actually realize how each and every minute Prabhupada went through just to please his Guru Maharaj, it's just like it's crazy.
Yeah. When we hear, from these persons or the person who are having this taste, we can feel that. a lot of time we see devotees, Prabhupada disciples, or the devotees who have taste speaking about these things and speaking about Krishna. We feel that there is different feeling and different environment that is created while we are listening to them, and this is the reason that like they are having that taste, so they can create that ambience. Vishesh Prabhu was sharing that kind of yogis create some region after practicing or going higher into their sadhana. Devotees, whenever they are there, they like for kilometers, you can feel that this is a devotee, and our sadhana will improve or we'll try to improve, and everything will be seeming good. So that is the thing. I was going to come to this point, like to their family as well. My next point was next to next point. Next point was that at what we saw, that when the opulence is used for the service of Krishna, then it doesn't become obstacle to serve Krishna and going closer to Krishna. Then Krishna provides. Prabhupada was using everything for Krishna, and Krishna helped him, and Krishna knew that this won't become an obstacle for Prabhupada, or Prabhupada won't divert from Krishna bhakti, and that's why he provided. Now we also have a, sm- a similar, like personality, as Prabhu mentioned with us, that Subhilas Prabhu's family. You know, they have such opulence, and still how humble they are. If they just meet them in the temple, no one would know how much opulence they have. This is the way they are in the circle of devotees or with devotees. You won't know till the time you reach at their place. You see that. This is just seeing their place. Leave other things, business or whatnot, just leave that. When someone reach at their place, they see their house, home, pension, palace, whatever. But at that time, they come to know that how much opulent they are. But with devotees, did any one of us guess that they would have this much opulence? Not me. So humble, and that's the thing, like they are also using that opulence for the service of Krishna, and Krishna is providing, and Krishna knows that they are having this opulence. They will be humble to devotees, and they won't get far from me. Well, Prabhupada also mentioned, before that, this is the thing, like here it is mentioned in the last paragraph, right? That described by Rup Goswami, that our aim is of Yukta Vairagya, using all the opulence for the service of Krishna. And if we reach that level, then opulence won't be our point of focus, but it will be given to us as a byproduct or gifts. Now, Prabhupada also used to say, that Krishna can give you whole world. Krishna can give you whole world, but he won't. And why? Are you at that level that you will be not diverted? Will you be? What will you do of that whole world if Krishna will give it to you? Not me. Like I'm definitely not at that level that I get whole world. Then I can proudly or with confidence say that I'll continue to grow in Krishna consciousness. Example is just in front of us, that Indra, he had this much opulence, he was doing service, but definitely Krishna's lila potency. What happened? He took divergent, right? He took a tangent. I don't think I'm there that I can confidently say that if I have whole world, I can progress smoothly in my bhakti. So that's the reason Krishna doesn't provide you more. He'll just give you the limit you can use to go closer to Krishna or move towards Him. Now, this false pride, we have seen that during book distribution also. Few of us, almost every one of us might have felt that one day we do good amount of books, and we feel today I did this much books. We might not say, let's say we don't say or share to our friends, but inside it happens to us that I did good amount of books today. And what is that? I did. Now that pride or false prestige, that becomes point of tension. And then the other day when we go, we struggle to do a single book, and we struggle like I'm trying this much, still I'm not able to do the book. Not for book distribution, for other services as well. Let's say in gift shop, sometimes it comes like, I did good sales today, and then I again, here comes I, and next day you'll see what is the total sale amount. In all of the services there will be like this, singing or whatever we take. But as soon as this I comes, what should we do? We know that w- when we where we get our power from, where we get these things from Krishna, right? So what should we think at that moment, that I don't have power to do this thing or anything? Basically, the things which we became pride of. And what we should do, we should pray to Krishna, that Krishna, please help me to do this service, and also help me that I don't develop false prestige or pride. And then again, the turn will take place. You then again we will be able to do books. Again, the sale will happen. Again, we will be able to sing good. And so, you know, it is said, like Prabhupada used to say, maybe, that there are only two things we can do. We can try our best, we can give all that we have, and other, we can cry to Krishna, that Krishna, please help me with this, please take care of me, please help me to grow in your bhakti, please help me to help the devotees, please help me to take care of your temple, please. And to take care of temple, people who are earning outside, they donate Lakshmi to the temple. And I would like to appreciate Jiva Prabhu and Amla Prabhu as well. You know, it's so hard to earn Lakshmi outside. Most of us know. And the super soul within all individuals who come to temple, that act and they donate Lakshmi to temple. And sometimes what happens is, we living in the temple, we don't consider that, or don't give that much importance to that Lakshmi, and we waste the hard-earned money of different people. And these guys are trying to save that Lakshmi and use it for Krishna. So thank you so much for that. And for the last 5 minutes, I would give a chance to Amla Prabhu to speak something on, first say what day it is, then you can start.
Thank you. So today is the auspicious.
Also, 5 minutes, and for last 5 minutes, maybe you can give corrections for the class, so you can continue.
Is it appearance or disappearance?
Disappearance.
Disappearance of Abhiram Thakur, and Prabhu kindly requested me to share a small talk on Abhiram Thakur. So a wonderful Acharya. As per mentioned by Kavi Karnapura, all of the people we see in Navadvip Leela are also present in Braj Leela as well. And we can read a wonderful scripture named Gorgondesh Tipika. And further, there are many more like Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak, you were mentioning yesterday, a day before yesterday. So Abhiram Thakur is actually an incarnation of Sridam Sakha of Krishna. Now this Sridam Sakha, somewhere it's also mentioned, it's also Arjun Sakha. It is not the Arjun which we hear in Bhagavad Gita, but it's a different Arjun Sakha, which is uh, from Dwadash Gopal. So two things are mentioned. And what the incident happened is Krishna was playing hide and seek with his friend in Rajabhumi, right? All these friends are hidden. Krishna found all of them except one. This is Shuddham Shakha. And then what happened is Krishna just had a desire. Enough. I had enough of playing hide and seek over here. I want a new place now. because all of you are hiding at the same place in your own caves, which are assigned to you. So they all went to Navdweep. But Krishna forgot that Sridham Sakha, his friend, he's still there in his cave, right? So what he did is, Mahaprabhu later, after some time, he realized that, oh, Sridham is not here. He sent Nityananda Prabhu to go and bring Shridama to Navadvip Leela. So now Balaram, he went there to Goloka as Nityananda Prabhu and went to call Shridama. Hey, we miss you. I'm meeting you for the first time. How are you missing me? Um, he said, I'm Balaram. Balaram. Have you looked at your height? You'll come in like five this hands of Balaram. Like in Hindi we say, teen haath barabar ho nahi. Right? This is what Bhakti Ashra Swami Maharaj was saying. So he started laughing at it. And now in Vrindavan, there's really this mood where people are so innocent, right? This mood is so predominant. People do not put a lot of their uh, mind in things. So he said, okay, only Balaram was able to win against you in a run. So if I win, that means I am Balaram. And she was, okay, yeah, makes sense. Completely makes sense. Doesn't look illogical for me. So Shridama and Nityananda Prabhu now, they are running. And Shridama is most of the time winning. Like he looked at the back. Oh, Balaram is right behind him, Nityananda. So somehow or other, Nityananda won the race. And then Shridama accepted that, oh, I believed you are my Balaram now. And then he inquired, how come this Rupa and all that stuff? Now, it took a lot of time for Balaram to explain the same thing. Now, Sridama, he becomes angry with Krishna and Balaram both. You are my best friend. I trust you. I thought I'm your priority. You even forgot me here. I don't want to go to Navadvipa. You guys play now. You know what? You guys are on your own. I don't want to talk to you anymore. He got in that man you were mentioning about. In Vrindavan, not only Radharani, but different people have this mood. Man, mostly it's predominant in Radharani. So he got in the same type of mood where he didn't wanted to talk to these people. And now, somehow or other, Balram, he spent a lot of time and asked Nityananda Prabhu and convinced him. So Shridham Sakha came. But still, he was not pacified because Krishna and Balram forgot him. So even in this Leela, Abhiram Thakur, as Shridhama, he was a little bit on a stricter side, it is mentioned. And he was head of the ISKCON deity department of that time. Why? Whichever deity Abhiram Thakur will pay obeisance to, if that deity is not bona fide or if that's not properly installed, it would burst right at the moment. Right? People will call after the installation of their deities, okay, come check if this is a true Shaligram or not. If it's true, it like obviously he's paying obeisances. If it's not, it'll burst. And same will happen with the people. Oh Prabhu, Danvat Pranam, Danvat Pranam. Jay Anilo. So if the person is not a pure devotee, then the person will go back to Godhead. So this was another thing. This way, a lot of things happen even with Nityananda Prabhu's son. He was paying obeisances because it was Nityananda Prabhu's son, right? Whenever Nityananda Prabhu sent Janmadevi, out of his ecstasy, he cannot stop. But then I think few 8 or 10 sons of Nityananda Prabhu, they went back. So it was, I think, 11th, the daughter, which is Ganga Devi. Not the same Ganga, but it's a different Ganga Devi. And now she was not affected by the obeisance. Then Abhiram Thakur and Nityananda, finally somebody never gave us dhoka. What do you say dhoka in English?
Betrayal.
Betrayed. So somebody never betrayed us finally. And Nityananda Prabhu is so ecstatic. More than Nityananda Prabhu, Abhiram Thakur is ecstatic. He wrote 1008 verses in the glorification of Ganga Devi. And there's another son of Nityananda Prabhu, Veerbhadra. Yeah, same thing happened with him. He wrote Veerbhadrashtakam and wonderful, wonderful prayer. So this is Abhiram Thakur. One last thing about Abhiram Thakur, since again I mentioned he had a stricter side, um, he had this danda always with him. Whoever he beat with his danda, he'll he'll get Krishna prema. I think that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abhiram Tagiki.
You know, the deity which uh, Abhinam Prabhu had was also known as Gopinath. I don't know if you mentioned or not,
Thank you.
but yeah. Yes.
And he used to call Balaram with a very sweet nickname. He would call him Balai.
Yes, that was also mentioned. And I was reading this yesterday, and you know, this Prabhu, Amla Prabhu was mentioning that while they were doing a race, running race, the race was around Govardhan. And even after 4 rounds of Govardhan, Nityanand Prabhu was not tired, but he was. And then he realized and accepted that yes, he is Balram. And I was going to say, yeah, that should be it. And we'll open for corrections now for few minutes, whichever corrections you would like to give.
I have no correction, but I just really like your point that you mentioned. Thank you to class. I really like the point with uh, Krishna, you mentioned two things. One, which I think we need to have a God. The second thing is we can try our best. We can do a lot of things, but if that's not doesn't work, we can cry as well. So so that's very important. Like I'm always remind only one very prominent example of this is Draupadi. So that's very nice. And I just had a question at this for everyone. It might be a little neophyte-ish question. Like, I just wanted to understand that, because it's a very logical question. So, because Krishna's form, original form, is this, right? He's in his original form here. Then why, then if Lord Indra has seen Krishna, he serves Krishna, Brahmaji has seen Krishna, then why is he not able to recognize him? Why does he say, oh, how can God be like this? This is a boy. I mean, there's one reason that we always give, which is this is pastime. Krishna creates a bewilderment of sorts. Is there any other reason?
I don't know any other reason this is only, but if anyone knows, can add.
Uh, when when Brahmaji prayed, Brahma and all the demigods they prayed to Vishnu to appear. I don't think so. They've seen Krishna, they've seen Vishnu, so they are not very sure that this Krishna is the Vishnu that they prayed to for them to appear.
So for them right now, Vishnu is God. Oh yeah, Vishnu is God.
Yeah, so I yeah, so Krishna is out of picture. So then now they are getting to know that this is the same Vishnu that we pray to. Yes.
Can I add something?
Also, I think demigods cannot pray Krishna as well, right? Can demigods pray to Krishna? If they cannot even pray to Krishna, they are not aware of Krishna. They are just aware about the heavenly planets, Vaikuntha. At the end, after that, there is Goloka. I don't think so. They're aware.
I mean, that we are not sure. We don't want to speculate, but they are aware of Vishnu. They are aware of Vishnu. Not sure about Krishna, but when Brahma, the Brahma will Mohan Leela. After that, Brahmaji is offering prayers. And then, so if you read Brahma Samhita, you know that he knows Krishna. Like he's saying that Ishvara Parama Krishna Sanchidananda, that you are the source of all incarnation and this and that. So he knows Krishna then. But here, because of the Krishna's hidden potency, they need to forget that okay, there's Krishna and Supreme Personality of God, like that. So it's a bit complicated.
Also, Satya Prabhu, what was the in Vritrasur's prayer, before Vritrasur's prayer? I think demigods were mentioning, right, that all of our power comes from you, and there Krishna's name was mentioned. I'm unable to remember, but Canto 9, chapter, Canto 6, chapter.
No,
What was the chapter?
because in Damodar,
9?
Damodar Leela, if you read Damodar Journey, there you will see demigods relating about, how can Krishna be bound? He's boundless, he's unlimited, he's this and that. So they are also, it's like TV, they are watching Krishna doing all the activities of the pastimes.
But
So they know about Krishna.
but then in that sense, are they seeing Krishna as one of the incarnations of Vishnu or Krishna as the supreme Lord?
Second question.
Because that's how we know, right? That they are aware of Krishna's presence, but as an incarnation of Vishnu, not as an actual supreme personality of Godhead. I mean, again, I'm not asking for answer, but yeah, that is was something I was thinking.
So my question was like, is the bewilderment thing the only answer? Where Krishna is bewildering us, yes.
If we go back to the purport that we of the verse we just read, there was a very nice description of the paragraph that I read. It said, the demigods engaged in the devotional service of the Lord by managing various departments of cosmic administration. Therefore, as demigods or as servants of the Lord, their existence is pure, sadbhav. When the demigods fail to live up to the high position given them by the Lord and deviate from proper behavior, they are not acting as demigods, but rather as conditioned souls. So they are jivatmas. So their existence is pure by nature. Like they are supposed to live up to a high position, but even if they know, then they don't act in that higher position sometimes. And then that's in that moment they act as conditioned souls.
Sachin.
That should be okay. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
The